Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is the day before the half-mile event over in Maxton, North Carolina at the Laurinburg Airport. And as you guys can see, the Corvette is still on the lift. And if you look in the hole down here, we have no engine. So to quote Fast and Furious, you know, we got no engines. And yeah, so that's pretty much true. So in today's video, we'll be covering the race. Unfortunately, we won't be racing because like I said, we don't have a motor. Quick updates on that. The 427, I believe the bottom end is just about done being finished, and hopefully we get some updates from Ken here relatively soon. But so let's go ahead and head out to Maxton. We'll give you guys some coverage of it. I don't know if we'll be doing any ride-alongs. I probably doubt it, and I don't know if I'm actually going to know anyone there. My buddy Hinton, he's coming down with me to watch the race, but beyond that, I don't know if I'm going to know any of the racers there, because while this event is happening in Maxton, the streetcar takeover is actually happening at ZMAX Dragway in Charlotte. So I imagine some of the people that might have gone to spectate at the half-mile event will actually be at Charlotte at ZMAX Dragway attending that. So you got two events relatively close to each other, and they're all on the same day. So kind of pick and choose on that one. So we'd obviously had already spent the money on the tickets to race in this event. Fortunately, there's no refund, so might as well go use our $600 tickets and spectate. So let's head out to Laurinburg Maxton Airport and get the show on the road. And that was my pictures and video from the North Carolina half mile hosted by ECTA. I'll be honest, guys, I wish the car was done because there were maybe 40 cars running, and they were running pretty much as many times as they wanted. And so there was not a lot of people there. And if we had to do a test and tune session, that would have been almost perfect because, like I said, there wasn't a lot of people there on Saturday. Maybe there were more people there today on Sunday, but I don't really know. But yeah, so we went, we spectated, bought some food, bought some grub, and try to support him as good as we could. When I went to register and get my t-shirt, they're like, oh, did you talk to this one guy? I was like, no, not really, because their website specifically says if you're not able to make it, you're not really eligible for a refund. And the other events that they're running this year are in Bonneville and Arkansas. And yeah, I'm not going to be driving to Arkansas for half mile events. So yeah, basically we paid $600 for this t-shirt. So yeah, pretty expensive t-shirt, but it is what it is. I will say this, the best thing that I brought was my Harbor Freight pop-up tent. Guys, it was like 92 degrees. I think it felt like 101 at points. And yeah, so it was very humid, very hot, and might not have been really good for racing. I'm really not sure, because last time we went half mile racing, it was like 60 degrees. And with the warmer temps, the blower might have heated up and the car might have worked like not as good as it had previously. So it is what it is. But yeah, overall had a good time. Hung out with my buddy Hinton, who came with me. I didn't know anyone else at the event. I kind of expected that. And met some new people, talked to some people, and that was about it. Now, could ECTA do a couple things to make that event a little bit more popular? Yeah, they could do a couple things. One, advertisement. There was no one there because I think no one knew about the event. I happened to see an ad through Facebook, or someone shared something, and I was like, oh, sweet, that's in North Carolina. As soon as I posted my pictures and videos when I got home, a bunch of people commented like, oh, I didn't even know that was existing. I didn't know that was going on. I live 30 minutes from there. And they were like, yeah, we would have showed up if we knew. So that's one thing, is advertising, because they didn't really do any besides Facebook post. And the only reason I know that is because I happen to be friends with people that have owned or currently own ECTA. I'm not really sure. So I saw some friends share things, and that's how I found out about it. Two, there is no display board to see what people ran. When you go to other competitor events like Shift Sector, there are boards along the runway that you can see, and it tells you what the people ran. So there's that, and then there's no PA announcer. I think they were live streaming, but they had no speakers in the pit area where we were sitting. And so you didn't either hear what the person ran, or you couldn't see what the person ran. So it was kind of boring just seeing people go by, and you're like, nah, I don't know what they ran, but that's one thing. I'll compare it back to Shift Sector. Every time I ran, I either got a text message or an email that gave me my time. These guys, you had to go up to the registration tent and get a printout. So, that's just another thing. That could be just growing pains. It could be just budget. I think maybe Shift Sector has a little bit better budget. They've got the machinery to do that, the timing, scoring, PA systems, all that. Like I said, this was the first time for this event in almost 20 years, or at least a version of this event. So that's another thing. And the last thing was, there were not a lot of people running pairs. They were just running one person at a time. So it made it almost slow to see people getting back in line and making a run, because they weren't running two cars at a time. So, maybe if there were more people registered, they would have been running the cars quicker, but I swear it's like they run a car, and then they waited 5 minutes, they'd run another car. I only saw maybe 3 races of 2 bikes next to each other. All the rest of the runs were pretty much solo, so it's just another thing to think about. The other thing I was going to say is, like I said, this was the first East Coast Timing Association event at Maxton in almost 20 years. I think they stopped it around 2008, 2009, something like that. And so it's been a really long time since they've been there. And yeah, so they've got some growing pains if they're going to continue this event. My only other suggestion, if anyone from ECTA is watching this, have it earlier in the year if you can. June in North Carolina is a terrible time. It was 100 degrees basically. And yeah, so that's not optimal, you know, running temperatures. And if you guys can see, I am sunburnt a bit, even though that right there on my arm, you can see that. So I got a bunch of sun, actually a lot of wind. And yeah, so I'm a little red today, but those are kind of just my suggestions. And I texted my friend Matt with some pictures and stuff, and I said, man, we could have ran all day long if both our cars were ready. And fortunately, my car wasn't ready. And then, like I said earlier, Matt's going through some job stuff, and he's not dropping a bunch of money on his Corvette right now. And so, yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Obviously, the Corvette is still torn apart behind us. We've got a bunch of stuff to do to get ready for that. We've got to get the 2650 over to the machine shop. We got to get the 427 basically fully built, and then we've got to get the electronics and everything sorted. So hopefully we'll have a dyno video soon. If you guys want to see that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications. If you guys want to help support the channel, check out the links down below. Didn't really use any products in this video, but we'll drop some links for the common tools that we use. And also make sure you check out our website, BonecrrusherSS.com. We got t-shirts, we got hats, stickers, parts, new parts, used parts. We've still got our kind of pile of C6 parts growing. And yeah, so that's all on the website, and that's gonna be it. Thanks, guys. Have a great one.